Alright guys, I know it's been a little while since I recorded a video. Got a lot of things going on, so YouTube kind of took a back seat. But today I want to tell you guys a couple stories that for me I'll remember for the rest of my life. And they're really cool. So when I was in Edgewood, Maryland at MP Reclass School, I was at a Chick-fil-A outpost. They gave us a little bit of extra time. And we went off posting our uniforms. Usually I don't do that, but I wanted to eat some Chick-fil-A and we didn't have enough time to change, and it is what it is. So went on post, we were waiting in line. If you know how Chick-fil-A works, the line kind of, like any fast food restaurant pretty much, you go, there's a railing, they filter you through, and then you go up to the counter. And it was me and three other soldiers, not going to mention names, because honestly they're just kind of dickheads, and you'll see why. So we're standing in line waiting, to get up there and order our food. And if you know anything about that base, Edgewood, Maryland's, it's got a military installation there, obviously, Aberdeen Proving Grounds, but it's more civilian based. There's not a lot of military personnel really, which is weird, because coming from Brack and going to Drum and going to all these places, full of military, you know what I mean, soldiers, Marines, airmen, depending on where you are, you'll have Marines, you'll even have Navy, but not a lot of people. So when we would go off post, like when we went off post that day, I mean, you're like a sore thumb sticking out. So there's this little kid behind us in line, and he was acting shy, you know what I mean? I can tell how, you can just tell, they're hiding behind you, they're like trying to wave at you. When you look at them, they hide. It's cute, you know what I mean? The kid was probably about like 5 years old. I was a shy kid too, so you know what I mean? I'm not that old, I'm gonna be 25, but I could tell. So, I kind of waved at the kid a little bit, and he waved back, and he hid behind his mom. And she's like, oh, we actually just got done, going to a military, I think it was a museum or something. He was drawing pictures of tanks. He really likes soldiers. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And the kid finally mustered up the courage to come around from behind his mom and introduce himself. And he was really like nervous. I can't remember his name exactly, but I just remember after he introduced himself, he's like, you guys are awesome. And for me, that was really cool to know that him, meeting us made his day. I thought it was really cool. Everyone else didn't really give a fuck. They're like, oh, this kid, whatever. Just a bunch of dickheads. We're too cool because we're in our military uniform to, you know what I mean, feel any type of emotion. If we feel emotion, that's weakness. It's a joke. So for me, it was awesome. He said, you guys are awesome. And I said, oh, talk to him a little bit, and then ordered our food and left. And one other story, and then I'm going to kind of talk about it a little bit more. Last drill, we're driving back on the Humvees. Everybody loves the Humvees on the roads. They think it's the coolest thing, which, kudos for them. They never get to see them. I'm in them all the time. They're nothing special to me, but people will drive next to you and wave at you, and, you get the motorcycle guys that'll ride by, and they'll, yeah, you know what I mean? Pro-military, cool. Happy you support us. But we were stopped fueling up at one of the gas stations not too far away from the armory. And again, another little kid came out, and he's like, Mom, look at the Humvees, look at the Humvees. Mind you, we signed out all our weapons, so we got, blickies everywhere. I had my saw in there, M4s just stacked up, you know what I mean? And the kid's like, oh, look at the Humvees, look at the Humvees. And the mom's like, hey, do you mind if we open up the door and she could see inside? And I said, with all due respect, not really. Just because we got a lot of, sensitive items in there, like nods, and I didn't tell them exactly, but I just said we have sensitive items in there that, like weapons. I didn't say like the nods and everything, but I'm like, no, we can't do that, but you know what I mean? But the principle was how fucking awesome he thought it was. Now, the reason why I told these two stories is what do they have in common? The two little kids that love military. They thought it was so cool. And for me, whenever I fucking am tired of the military and it's sucking and I get pissed off, I think of those two stories and it makes everything worth it. All the days I worked till fucking 11 o'clock at night, 24 hours, you know what I mean, active duty, or fucking working with night vision goggles till fucking midnight with the, in my guard unit. Weekends that just suck, it's cold, it's shitty. But just to think that, you know what I mean, kid like that, how happy, smiley, how awesome he thinks we are. To me, you know what I mean, I think it's just fucking cool. And that, for me, is worth it. Just to have that that moment, you know what I mean, to make somebody else happy for me is what makes putting on that uniform, you know what I mean, it makes me pride, to have that pride to have that uniform on. Because you know what, there might be a lot of turds in that uniform, but there are a lot of good people in that uniform. And that's why, even when I'm not motivated, and I'm just like, man, fuck this shit, I still do everything I'm supposed to do, because I'm not going to disrespect the uniform, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to share those two stories. For me, they stick out. I was telling my girlfriend that yesterday. I just think it's awesome. You know what I mean? When kids' eyes just light up, they think we're the coolest fucking thing. And I'm just a regular guy, you know what I mean? I'm not shit. I haven't deployed. I haven't done anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, I signed up to make that sacrifice, but, you know, for me, that's what makes it all worth it, though, to see that it means the world to some people, to, you know what I mean, especially kids. I mean, just to say hi to that kid, you know, made his fucking day. How shy he was, you know what I mean? So, that's the story for today. I know it's probably a little, whatever, corny or soppy, but I just wanted to share it with you guys, you know what I mean? Even if, say you had a shitty time in the military, or you're just like, fuck the military, I don't know why I ever signed up. Hopefully these stories kind of give you a little bit of a, you know, pride to wear it, because as I said, to some people it means the world, and some people really look up to you, and they look at you like you're a fucking hero. And you know what I mean? I'm just a regular guy, so hopefully you enjoyed the stories. I know they're not super fucking long and descriptive and perfect, but it's just something nice and warm and fuzzy to share for us today. And I'll have some more videos coming out for you guys soon, and with that being said, I'll talk to you guys later.